Others that are interested in commission spots, please contact your council member. We'll now move on to mayor and council discussion items. I have a item for discussion and possible direction to consider formation of the Animal Services Ad Hoc Committee, and this was brought forward by Councilmember David Toro. Well, did you want to do a presentation, or do you have staff?
No, this is to discuss the possible formation of an Animal Services Ad Hoc Committee. The purpose of the committee would be to review and consider amending and updating municipal codes relating to animal services. The proposed committee would be comprised of 3 members of the council and designated staff. For over a year, myself, outside agencies, volunteers, city administration, the police department, animal services personnel have taken efforts to ensure that our city's animal services main focus is to benefit the well-being of animals. After much progress, I bring this matter as an item before the City Council to discuss the progress made and possible formation of an Animal Services Ad Hoc Committee comprised of the 3 members and staff. The proposed Ad Hoc Committee would be charged with the following. Begin to work to amend and update the municipal codes regarding animal services, planning a strategy for canvassing, checking licenses, work on licensing and billing, possibly through our utility system, address needs of the animal services officers, and public education on responsible pet ownership. I met last week with our staff in police department, animal services. I met last week with also Riverside, who we contract with, and there's a lot of good ideas out there. There's a lot of known good working programs that are out there that we're just not using, that we're not doing. There's ordinance cleanup that we need to do, and I kind of presented it this way because the last time I kind of brought this kind of forward, it kind of escalated into a legislative committee and then started bringing all municipal codes into it, and it was just kind of a burden on staff. So this is specifically to look at the Animal Services Code, bringing responsible pet ownership and licensing. One of the things which this council should like is a meeting with Riverside. They've got a program and a formula to which they use to calculate the city's amount of licenses that they should have, and the amount of revenue that brings in. And the amount of revenue that we should bring in on licensed pet and responsible pet owners is quite significant that we're not getting. And that's something I would like our committee to, besides myself being the person that's going out there, I'd like to have a committee of a couple of other council members with other ideas, and also support that could strengthen what we have here and build a better program. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay, and when would this be a committee that meets on a regular basis, or is it an as needed?
As needed.
Okay, and what you anticipate 3, 4, 5 meetings a year, or I don't know how these other meetings go in Riverside. Does Riverside have one? Do they have an ad hoc committee?
I don't know if Riverside does. I know some cities have commissions, that they've got animal service commissions that meet on a regular basis, and it's a posted type of thing. But we don't need to do that. We've kind of got pushed in that direction at one time, which was the Legislative Affairs Committee, and we really don't need that. We just need to look at the code, discuss what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be added, what could be deleted, and also look into the licensing program. And also spay and neuter program, which I provide to the city through startrescue.org, and just best practices. Yeah. And, in fact, I just got an email today from Riverside County that they're going to have a cat organization come in to discuss best practices on trap, neuter, and release into the communities, because the cat population is just overwhelming. That we need to figure out programs to eliminate that, and this is one of the things that this committee would also do. So
I'd like to open it up to any other questions by council regarding the ad hoc committee. Councilmember Bennett.
I'd like to be part of the committee. I think it's a good idea. I like the idea of looking at our existing regulations, looking at our existing laws, and updating them. Maybe some of them go back well before the issues that we had today. So I would like to be part of it as somebody who also has a strong interest in the pet population.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to go ahead.
And just because of, I appreciate Councilmember Bennett want to be on it, but the animal control is in this whole country, there's the difference between when police departments have it and when they don't. And because I'd like to have a police officer's type of mind in it, I would ask Councilman Sucho to be part of it too.
Okay. Councilmember Sucho?
Yes, I'll participate. It's a good idea.
Okay, so I think it's a good idea. I don't think the city's we've never had this type of committee put together or ad hoc. So I think it's a good idea. So we have Member Toro, Member Bennett, and Member Sucho as the committee. Is everybody okay with that? We don't need to vote on that, right? So congratulations.